What changed today? January 16th, a 24-hour independent media briefing. If you didn't listen to hours of independent media today, here's what actually changed in the last 24 hours and who said it. This briefing is not theory, prediction, or recap of last week. These are specific claims and arguments made today, by name, across multiple shows. Turning Point USA and the Superfeed app. On his show today, Baron Coleman focused heavily on Turning Point USA's technology, infrastructure, and finances. Baron claimed that the Superfeed app, used by Turning Point USA for voter engagement, was developed by a private company controlled by Turning Point insiders, while showing $0 paid to that company on IRS filings. He pointed out that the app's development was outsourced to Ukrainian developers working in an active war zone, raising questions about donor disclosure, data security, and governance. Baron emphasized that he was not alleging crimes, but argued these were basic nonprofit governance questions that had not been answered. He repeatedly asked why a politically sensitive American voter data platform would be developed overseas without explicit disclosure to donors or users. Ukraine, data, and financial transparency. Continuing that thread, Baron highlighted IRS Form 990 filings showing millions paid to other vendors, while Superfeed Technologies reported zero compensation, despite owning the intellectual property for the platform. He questioned whether donated labor from Turning Point executives could legally be transferred to a private company they also controlled. His central claim was not that wrongdoing had been proven, but that silence and lack of documentation were themselves the issue. Candace Owens and the Charlie Kirk narrative. On her show today, Candace Owens escalated her criticism of how Charlie Kirk's legacy has been handled since his death. Candace claimed that Charlie was increasingly pressured behind the scenes before his death, particularly over his refusal to publicly condemn specific individuals or positions. She argued that after his death, the same figures who privately criticized him rapidly repositioned themselves as defenders of his legacy. Candace framed this as moral coercion, saying Charlie resisted being morally blackmailed in the same way she believes she is now being pressured. Life insurance, audits, and unanswered questions. In a separate stream, Dave raised questions about a life insurance policy connected to Charlie Kirk. He claimed that a loan tied to that policy appears on filings without Charlie's name clearly attached, and that repayment records are unclear. Dave stated that while he does not claim proof of crimes, he believes the structure warrants serious legal investigation. He openly questioned whether state and federal authorities could be trusted to investigate Turning Point USA impartially. Media silence and platform control. Across multiple shows today, including Baron's, hosts repeatedly noted what they described as media silence from Turning Point leadership. They pointed out that no detailed rebuttal or financial disclosure has been issued in response to repeated public questions. Baron argued that this silence itself has become part of the story, especially as donations and traffic tied to Charlie Kirk's name continue. Why today was different. What made today different wasn't one explosive revelation. It was alignment. Multiple hosts on separate platforms focused on the same unresolved issues: financial transparency, foreign development of political tech control of narrative after Charlie Kirk's death, and the absence of direct answers from leadership. That convergence happened today. This channel tracks what independent media actually says, day by day. Not speculation, not long-term theory, just the claims that entered the conversation in the last 24 hours and who made them. If you want daily briefings like this as the story develops, subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow.